RingCentral's AI receptionist uses voice AI to answer on the first ring, so you'll never miss a call again. In just a few minutes, you can personalize your own AI receptionist to answer questions, route calls, schedule appointments, and even send texts in multiple languages. Plus, it's easy to scale. Create unlimited AI receptionists across any phone system. It's all powered by one reliable platform for effortless AI communications. See for yourself at ringcentral.com. RingCentral, voice of your business.
All right, Owen, you may have noticed the lack of ads in the middle of our podcast and mostly on our posts, our reels and everything. So, the Jungle Hockey Podcast is looking for sponsors. We're looking for guys that are willing to pay a little bit of money, and put your logo on, our Instagram posts, our reels, and maybe even have me or Owen read off an ad roll in the middle of our episode. So local businesses and everything, we're not going to charge a crazy amount of money. We're just looking to see if there's anyone available, anyone, kind of interested and listens to the pod and that wants to, get their brand out there, get their business out there, whatever, advertise a product, a skate shop, anything, really anything. Me and Owen have discussed this a little bit, and we're willing to, cut up a little bit of time on our podcast and throw a logo in on a reel, on a post or whatever. So, if you're interested, you guys can reach out to us at junglehockeypodcast@gmail.com, or obviously DMs on any social, preferably probably Instagram. I think Owen is the best.
Yeah, definitely the best, but realistically anything works. I would say like sending us a direct message for inquiries would be the easiest, but you can reach out our email. We got the link tree in our bios on everything, so there's multiple ways to contact us. It's not hard to get in touch with us.
Okay. That's pretty much all from us. We're obviously excited to work with you if you decide to, reach out to us at all. But thanks for listening. Enjoy the episode.
Yeah, pretty funny clip we posted yesterday. Up to
it was one of the clips that I saw naturally on my, like, I didn't even have to, like, it was on a reel.
Yeah, like you just saw it on your personal account. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it on my personal, and I was like, "Is this us?" And I was like, look down at the thing. It's like, yeah, Jungle Hockey Pod. I was like, what?
Yes, sir.
I'm starting to get in the algorithm, but I just love the goalie in the background.
Yeah.
Like he was like doing the spins and stuff. I was gonna comment on it, but I think it was too early. I didn't realize how many views it had though, so I probably should have. But
well, I don't think it did like that early on. Like I woke up and it was like another, like I think it was at 80 when I woke up today, 75, and yes, when I went to bed it was at like 20. So I didn't expect it to be like when I last checked, sorry. So I didn't think it was going to go that crazy, but yeah, I mean, for those of you who don't know what the fuck we're talking about right now, we posted a video on social media of Chilliwack versus Delta pregame warm up.
Where are the refs at?
On the bench, but I don't, like, as far as I know, if you cross the red line in warm up, it's a penalty.
I thought so.
It's always been that way. So I don't know if it's a new rule or what. Or it's like kind of a dumb rule, unless you're going to start shit, which in this case they were. So I guess that's why the rule's involved there. Never seen that happen in my PJ career.
I've never seen that happen in my KI career either. Like,
yeah, it was hilarious.
Insane. It was really funny.
It's during warm up. It's like we're like 40 minutes till puck drop. That's another thing. People are commenting like dressed like a seat night. First of all, it's like a 3,000 seat arena. Like, and second of all, it was 40 minutes before puck drop. Like, I'm not saying
even if there were people there, even if there were people going to be at the game, they're probably not there for warm up.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody goes for warm up except in like rowdy places,
like pro leagues. That's where I would go for warm up.
Exactly. So yeah, like those comments, that's goofy. Yeah, like no, Delta's not getting 2,000 people. They're not filling out Sun God, but it's a huge rink, so they draw fine. So yeah, I just want to say that too. But yeah, so Keegan Dunn skates over and just starts sticking. He was doing it all warm up too. Like I couldn't post everything, but the whole warm up, he was crossing the line. There was guys on Delta like shooting pucks. Guys, it was like I have no idea what started this, or if it was just like Let's get after
Maybe
it
they're
today.
chirping before the game or something.
I have no idea, no clue the backstory. I never would have found it. I got a guy on one of the teams DM me and was just like, "Yo, check this out. It's pretty funny." And I was like, okay, and yeah, exceeded my expectations. So yeah, Keegan Dunn was flying over all warm up long, but in that clip, you see him backing across the line while stick handling, just backing into a Chilliwack player. Chilliwack player's not even acknowledging him, just letting him back into him, and then Eric Grommel comes over, gives him a shove, and then gives him the back of the pants cross check, and that goes down pretty hard, and then it looks like a scrum almost ensues. Obviously, lots of chirping, guys pushing and shoving, but obviously hefty suspension. Sorry if anything happens there, so I'm not surprised that they didn't take it any further. But, and like you said, probably the funniest part about that clip is as the scrum, whatever you want to call it, starts, Chilliwack's goalie Cassius Ford is doing spin jumps
in the middle and like right behind everything, as everyone's just yelling at each other.
And the comments are just like goalies and blah blah blah. I thought that was hilarious. So shout out Cassius. That was fucking funny, dude. And
he's got his routine. He needs to do his shit. So
yeah, and like some guys probably think that messing with the other team in warm-ups kind of pigeon stuff, and I give you're doing it every game. That's a bit ridiculous, but fuck, dude, a one-off like this, I love that. I think it's awesome. I
wonder what the backstory is.
Yeah,
like if there's anything that started it.
Well, I will say Chilliwack, like especially doing it against Chilliwack, because Chilliwack's known to try and play that run you out of the barn style of hockey. They're physical, they're dirty, in the way that like if you're on your team, you like them. I'm not like saying, oh, they're dirty, like it's a bad thing. They're dirty, they're physical, they play fucking hard. So maybe Delta's sick of playing them in the past and them being dirty, or Delta was just like, you know what, let's take it to them today. Whatever it was, I love it from Delta. I think it was hilarious. And like, just it's mind games. I love it. I love that from Dunn. I don't have any problem with it. Just like I think what Rommel did was awesome in retaliation and not putting up with it. So I literally think it was awesome from both sides. Like I don't care. If they do it every game, then it's like, okay, but they're not.
Yeah.
It was a one-off thing. It was hilarious. And I like the mind games from both sides. I just love it. I thought it was an awesome clip.
I thought as long as there's no like full-on brawl, like it's just getting into the game, I guess. It probably fired both sides up. They're probably talking about it in the dressing room and just like, yeah, I'm gonna go lay this kid out first shift or whatever, right? So it's like it just builds for the game. It's like I think it's a good thing. I don't really see anything wrong with it.
No, and like it's not like there was some gong show that happened because of it. It was, anyways. Aside from that, Joe, obviously our last episode was a huge one. We talked about a ton.
Yeah, we talked for like 2 hours, man.
Yeah, that was crazy. And then that was pre-trade deadline. So trade deadline's over now, and realistically, not a lot of action in McKay since we last recorded. Monroe has reported to Kelowna and is playing games.
Yeah.
So that's something that we weren't 100% sure about.
Played against Revelstoke, so.
Yep. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Yeah. And then PJ did heat up a bit. There was a monster trade with Ridge and Poco, which we'll get into.
Yeah, that's right.
But I'm not going to lie. I was very surprised by the lack of action at the trade deadline in the PJ.
I was expecting a lot of cross league trades.
Yeah, like same, dude.
Cross the pond. But then again, it's like guys don't want to get traded unless they really like. You want to stay with the boys for the rest. I know what it's like. Like I know what it's like to. Well, I've never been traded. Owen, you've never been traded, but mid-season to have to. I got cut. Well, I technically did get traded, but I reported to Revelstoke from the SJ, and that was like a nightmare move. Obviously, like
of course.
Like driving across the entire country to get to Revelstoke to go and play hockey. But I just remembered people don't want to go through that shit, like packing up all your stuff, fucking moving, or whatever. I guess the PJ is a little different, where it's just like you just got to get used to just got to get used to your new teammates. But I mean, the PJ is a league where it's like you have a job. You really want to drive an extra 30, 40 kilometers a day and like worry about that?
Yeah, I would say 80-90% of the PJ either works full time or is in school and works part time. Like it's not,
Yeah.
yeah. These guys aren't. Well, maybe Coastal's a bit different. I would say for sure.
Hmm.
Like those guys are still working, I'm sure, or studying a
Like
bit. But
I'd say
less
one of the
so.
main differences in the KI and the PJ is that exact issue is that like guys
Yeah,
will do KI as like a whole, like they won't
they're
like
hockey players.
it's technically the same level, but you're working at hockey way more essentially.
Yeah, yeah. You're. I would say for the most part, probably yeah. If you're playing the KI, you're a bit realistically, you're a bit more dialed in. Like hockey's a bigger part of your life than if you're playing in the PJ.
Mm.
Not in every case, but there's probably like some guys who are grinding way more than we know behind the scenes in the PJ. But realistically, most of those guys, yeah, they're working or they're studying. So makes it
Yeah.
hard to report. But I don't know, Joe. Yeah, I guess should we just jump right into the deadline stuff? And
Yeah, I guess was there any other than that one goalie going 100 mile from the was there any cross league trades?
like there was like two. Aiden Ansel of the Chilliwack Jets got traded to the Nelson Leafs.
Right. We talked about that last episode, I
Oh, we
think.
did. Yeah, that did. I think that came
Was
out
there anything
like
new?
during. I don't think there was, no.
Okay.
No, just
saw
that the Poco goalie Nathan Niedermeyer getting traded 100 mile. Yeah, I think everything else on here already we've talked about.
You have to ask to get traded to the KI, don't you? Because you can't technically.
Probably.
Most people don't realize how much of their personal information is being bought and sold every day. Data brokers are making billions pulling details about you from public records and the internet, then packaging and selling it, usually without your consent. That's how your information lands in the hands of scammers, spammers, and even stalkers. It's why you get endless robocalls and why ads seem to follow you everywhere. That's where Aura comes in. Aura actively removes your data from broker sites and keeps it off. They also instantly alert you if your information shows up in a breach or on the dark web. But Aura goes beyond data protection. With one app, you get a VPN, antivirus, password manager, spam call protection, dark web monitoring, and even up to $5 million in identity theft insurance, all backed by 24/7 US-based fraud support. Other companies might sell just credit monitoring or just a VPN. Aura gives you all of it together at the same price competitors charge for just one service. Start your free trial today at aura.com/secure. Protect yourself now at aura.com/secure.
RingCentral's AI receptionist uses voice AI to answer on the first ring, so you'll never miss a call again. In just a few minutes, you can personalize your own AI receptionist to answer questions, route calls, schedule appointments, and even send texts in multiple languages. Plus, it's easy to scale. Create unlimited AI receptionists across any phone system. It's all powered by one reliable platform for effortless AI communications. See for yourself at ringcentral.com. RingCentral, voice of your business.
Like they couldn't just dish you to 100 mile if they wanted to.
Well, like they could, but what are the odds a guy's going to random report, you know?
Well, guys get traded in the KI all the time and don't report.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah, just taken a quick look at the rest of the PJ deadline. So I think everything prior to this we covered. But yeah, I might, if there's any repetition from last episode, sorry, but we're just trying to make sure we don't miss anything. So the Langley Trappers traded Dwayne Paul Cruz, 19-year-old goalie, to Poco. I was a bit confused by that move, but then obviously, like we just said, Poco traded Nathan Niedermeyer to 100 mile the next day or a couple days later. So it makes sense why they brought in another goalie. North End Wolfpack traded Maddox Kinney, 19-year-old forward, to 100 mile as well in the KI. So I think we might have talked about that one last episode already.
I think so. I think we might have recorded on the 7th. So I think we
probably
talked
did
about
get
the
those
stuff from the
today.
7th.
Okay, cool. Well, then, yeah, let's talk about the big one. The Ridge Meadow Flames acquire 20-year-old forward Matthew Biros from the Poco Trailblazers. I think he's about 7th in the league scoring right now. He played in the AJ for a couple of years. He's a stud. He's ridiculous. They got 4 players and future considerations for him.
So 4 players and money.
I don't think it's money. I think it's actually future consideration still. So,
oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Well, I get, because they would probably say player develop. They usually say PDF if it's PDF, right?
Right. Yeah. Player development fee.
Like they usually do, unless maybe I'm wrong, but I thought they would put PDF instead of futures. But anyways, Matteo Appizato, I would say the main piece in this trade that Poco's getting, he's a stud. He's 18. So Poco clearly, I think, like, first of all, it was super smart move by Poco. Great move. moving on from a 20 to build assets for your future. That's how these leagues work. So yeah, Apozzato's already like nasty. He'll be great for them. He scored in his first game and they won. Yeah, 07 defenseman Devin Bahia, who they ended up actually flipping to Surrey for future considerations. 07 forward Iverson Graveline, who honestly I don't know much about. And 08 defenseman Aiden Kalinowski. So there's another solid young D-man. He's been playing for Ridge. He's obviously good enough to play in this league, and he's only 17. So tidy work by Poco. I'll go over the other trades before kind of talking about how I see the league moving forward the rest of the year. Poco also transferred the playing rights to 07 defenseman Caden Ellickson to White Rock for future consideration shortly after making this trade. So obviously you bring in 4 bodies for one, other guys are going to have to move. The Delta Ice Hawks traded Ryan Ash to the Langley Trappers for futures. The Surrey Knights traded 07 goalie Joshua Dubril to the White Rock Whalers for futures. White Rock already has 2 really good goalies, so I don't really know. Trade. Yeah, interesting one there. This is a huge one, Joe. The Chilliwack Jets have acquired the playing rights of 06 forward Nikita Kulikov from the Lorong Ice Wolves and the SJ in exchange for future considerations. Crazy storyline with the Ukrainians this year. Like we've been hearing rumors all year, they're all going to be gone. And like, I've heard so many different things.
They're all coming back. They're all leaving. Yeah.
Everything. Yeah. It's all over the place. And then like they leave for World Juniors midway through the year, obviously. And then Chilliwack struggles. And it's like, well, are they going to sell? Like, and then Chilliwack ends up bringing back Nikita Kulikov, which is, he's disgusting. He's been doing fine in the SJ. I actually wouldn't even be surprised if he goes back next year. Like, I'm not saying that this is like a loan, but I think that's a possibility. I don't think that this is like he's going to stay here in his 20 year realistically. Who knows though? I could be wrong. And then Chilliwack also acquires 06 forward Ryan McCauley from the Burnaby Steelers. Burnaby's one of their top 2 best players all year, over point per game. Got voted most underrated player last year in the PJ and the player polls. McCauley's a stud. And that was like at the buzzer. He got dished to Chilliwack, like 3:58 type of deal, like 2 minutes before the deadline. Okay. Yeah. The deadline was 4 p.m. on the 10th, by the way. If you still see trades trickle in, they were just agreed upon previously. And you're still allowed to make signings until playoffs. So no trades anymore, but you can still sign guys. And
that's only if I learned this. It's only if you can get a team to drop your rights, you can sign for anyone.
Oh, okay, fair enough. That makes sense. But
and that no team is going to do that because they're going to want a freaking
they're going to want at least a PDF,
get some money off of you, right?
Yeah,
or something.
Yeah, man. So crazy deadline. Another thing on the Burnaby front, their other best player, Roland Amon, left for Comox. I know I mentioned that last episode. So Burnaby's now without their 2 leading scorers, who are their leading scorers by quite a bit. Not sure what's going to happen to them the rest of the year, but I just. Franchise is a bit of a mess in my opinion. I hate, but just what I've seen the last 2 years, it's like them being a tier 1 franchise under the current circumstances. We've talked about it all the time. It's mind blowing.
The same with Oso and the KI. Like it just makes no sense.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. So as for the PJ tier 1 now, but like quickly, basically no moves in tier 2. Hey, like nothing.
Basically nothing. Eh?
Nothing.
Did Mission do anything? Mission did nothing.
Well,
I mean, they're on a 15-game heater or whatever.
Exactly. They are on a 15-game heater. It's fucking crazy. Yeah, Ryland has 8 points in his last 2 games as well. So I'm gonna have to make him star of the week again. Like, sorry guys, I don't know what you want me to do. Like when he when he gets the most points, what am I supposed to do, bro?
Actually, yeah. What are you supposed to do? You can't do anything about it.
I can't. Like, sorry, he had 8 points in 2 games. Like,
bias, bro.
Yeah, well, I mean, one of them was against Aldi, so it was like
Nepo star of the week, bro.
That's ridiculous. Exactly, dude. At this point, that's what people are saying. But like, a bunch of them were against Aldi, so it's like, okay, even if he, and they were playing White Rock next, so I'm like, okay, well, 5 points against Aldi, but like, those aren't really weighed the same. So if he does, he's not getting it unless he like dominates White Rock. 3 points against White Rock, and it's like, well,
sick.
Mission is now 4-0 against White Rock in their last 4 games. I don't even think White Rock has one other loss besides that this year. 2, sorry. Surrey just beat them again the other night. Mission's 4-2, or probably whatever, against White Rock. 15-game heater. That's a third of the season. And yeah, it's been incredible. As for the PJ for the rest of the year, so sorry, we were just talking about Mission. Obviously Aldergrove's done. North Van, like I thought they were going to trade Lucas Davidson. I'm pretty shocked that didn't happen. I don't even know if he's going to be like reporting anymore. I know there's just like I don't think he plays every game already.
I wonder if he's just like not taking hockey very seriously and it's just like checked out, just playing for fun.
I mean, he's like 2 points per game still, but it's possible. As for Port Moody, like I kind of mentioned this, they have a lot of 20s that I thought could have been moved. Well, not like too many, but they got like, I don't know, like 6, maybe a few more. Yeah, I thought a couple of those guys might get moved because they're making playoffs anyways, but looks like they wanted to keep those guys together and really make a push this year. I believe as it stands right now, it looks like they will be playing Mission in the first round of the playoffs. Honestly, Joe, I would say the tier 2 standings are, besides Cloverdale and Abbotsford, they are probably going to finish exactly how they are right now. I will say Abbotsford has the easiest schedule I've ever seen in my life for the rest of a season. So maybe they managed to stay ahead of Clovey, but Clovey's 3 points back with 3 games at hand right now. I don't know. So yeah, it looks like it's going to be White Rock, Aldergrove, North Van, Surrey, Mission, Port Moody, and Abbotsford, Clovey in that first round.
Awesome.
Realistically, I think Mission, White Rock, and Surrey are the only teams with a chance to win this thing, but you never know. And I absolutely think Mission has a chance to win this. Like 15-game heater, 4 wins against White Rock. You can't tell me they don't have a chance. I'm not saying they're the favorite. Well, I think they are the favorite, but whatever. That's opinion based.
Yeah.
As for tier 1, a couple other things in tier 1. I think Coastal traded defenseman Julian Asenzi to the OJHL. I can't remember what team, but that's, tough loss for them. Cage Star, our guy Cage Star also went home. We mentioned that already last episode, I believe. But there's like 2 huge losses for Coastal on the back end.
Yeah.
20-year-old forward Kane Law just went and signed in the VI. So we're seeing again with Coastal kind of the same thing that happened last year. And I think, when it gets down to it, I mean, they're making the playoffs this year, right? So it's going to be different than last year because all those guys left last year in at the end of the season when they knew they weren't going to make playoffs. But no idea what'll happen this year.
They got to start doing something about that, eh? Like,
I think next year
things
going to be a lot different, man, because the BCHL, the VI, yeah.
Who the fuck knows what's going to happen?
Who knows what's going to happen? But I don't think this is going to keep happening. The being able to just jump unsanctioned and back whenever the fuck you feel like it's a joke.
Yeah, I agree.
Not like the players. You guys have full rights to do it right now. I'm not hating on the players. I'm hating on the rules. Yeah, that's a joke. As for tier 1 now, Joe, like I was just talking about Coastal. So Coastal's in 5th right now. They have 5 more games played than Langley. So realistically, I like Langley's in 5th, but none of those bottom 4 teams stand a chance against any of those top 4 teams in a 7-game series. I would have said Richmond, like nobody can touch them, but Matias Vieda's in the dub now. They just traded Massimo Urbani to the SJ. They signed someone. I forget who. I think they signed a forward from the SJ, which is a pretty nasty pickup. Obviously. Sorry for forgetting the name, but they signed a player from like the SJ or some, I don't know, junior A somewhere. So that'll be a big ad for them. But I don't think this is quite the same Richmond team at the start of the year. And Ridge, Delta, and Chilliwack are all way better than they were at the start of the year. I don't think this is a 1-horse race anymore. Richmond is still a favorite, but there are 4 teams in tier 1 that I believe can win now if they play the right way.
Okay.
Obviously, Chilliwack is, I think, the least likely, but if they play their game, if they can keep their composure, they can play as a team, I think they could, realistically.
That's awesome.
So I'm really excited.
That means it makes it more competitive, right? That's good.
Exactly, dude. I'm really excited for the Final Four and Tom Shaw, or Tier 1. But yeah, and like the move Ridge made to bring in B-Rose. And then just Delta right now, like how good they are. Like I think last episode I mentioned they brought in that Landon Jasmine from Surrey Eagles in the BCHL. Keegan Dunn's back from Vernon. And they haven't been great lately, but Grady Linton's hurt and he's the best player in the league. So when he's back, Delta is, I mean, I think they're 3-3 against Richmond this year, or 3-2 maybe. Like Richmond has 5 losses, and I believe 3 are to Delta. So that seeing like a Richmond Delta 7 gamer would feed families. Based on points percentage right now, we would be getting a Richmond Delta second round, assuming that those top 4 teams all win in the first round.
Right.
So we'll see how this plays out the rest of the year, how the standings end up looking in tier 1. Obviously, Richmond is the 1 seed locked, but the next 3, not sure yet. Delta way more games played, so we'll see how it plays out.
Right.
I don't think I have a ton else. I will say one more thing is I'm so surprised at the lack of activity. I know I already said it, but I Poco only trading Biros. I was really surprised by that. I thought Humphreys, maybe Baxter, like Marcus Jack, I didn't really think would go because he's the captain and he's from there. But yeah, like they're in last place and they got all these 20s and I love Poco. We love Poco. And I don't think that they're like, they could win a game. I don't think that they're going to get absolutely dominated 4 games in a row, but they're not going to win a 7 gamer. And I hope they prove me wrong.
Well, I think before we finish talking about the PJHL and jump into talking KI and VI, we should first flip it over to our interview this week with Mission City Outlaws longtime play-by-play announcer Mike the Boiler Bordignon. Boiler sat down with us for about 30 minutes, and we had an awesome chat with him. We've had him once on the pod before. He's actually one of our only 2-time guests that we've had on the show. So great interview with him. He's such a fun guy to chat with, and Mission's obviously a team that's been through a lot this season, and on a 15-game win streak right now. It's been incredible what these guys have accomplished. So we had tons to talk about, and it was a great interview. So we'll send it over to him now.
Do you need some new gym gear and want to give back to the community at the same time? Aperio Athletics has you covered with 5% of all profits going towards the Canadian Mental Health Association. Sign up for their rewards program and receive $5 off your next order. Use code JUNGLE15 to get 15% off your first order. I got this brand new hoodie sent to me from Aperio Athletics, and I am absolutely loving it. I've been wearing it every single day. The quality is incredible, very nice and warm. It's perfect. And I'm just absolutely loving it. They sent me a shirt too, also very nice and breathable material. It's very high quality stuff. So thanks to Joel over at Aperio Athletics for that. And visit the Aperio Athletics online store at aperioathletics.com to claim the benefits and rewards waiting for you. Be sure to follow them on Instagram and TikTok at aperio_athletics to be the first to know of all the latest product releases and exclusive offers.
I'm very excited to bring on our next guest. It will be his second appearance on the Jungle Hockey Podcast. Longtime broadcaster of the Mission City Outlaws, Mike the Boiler. Boiler, how's it going? Great to have you back.
Gentlemen, it's so nice to be back. Thanks for having pity on me and bringing me back for a second time. So that was nice of you.
Yeah, awesome to have you back. I think one of our only returning guests, so it's an honor to have you back.
Well, I'm honored. Then that's something else for sure. Owen just got tired of hearing me whine, going, "Hey man, when am I going to come back on again?" So.
No, definitely not. We wanted to have you. It actually ended up working out perfect. The way we wanted to do it. Obviously, Joe and I, we'd never recorded in person before, so besides episode 1 when we shared a mic, but so this is kind of new for us. So we'll do our best here. So apologies to anyone listening if there's any double audio feedback. We're doing our best, but yeah, so obviously since we last had you on, I think it was like episode 20. I believe this will be episode 60. So it's been a while. It's been about a year. Obviously, I don't know, maybe I'll kind of just ask how the rest of the season went last year. When we had you on, I think you guys were kind of in the fight for the playoff spot. So you just kind of want to talk about how last season went for you and what you saw and what you felt at the end of last season.
Well, that's a loaded question for sure right out of the gate. I haven't held my feelings back on, and so this is no surprise to anybody that last year probably was the worst season I've ever been involved with. Just from top all the way down, losing a coach, having some rookie coaches who were fantastic, by the way, and they're back again this year. But having to take over a head coaching role in your first debut in junior hockey as a coach, and that's a recipe for disaster. Then you lose the room, the guys start rebelling against you. It's never a recipe for success. And I may have jumped the gun and said this team is going to make the playoffs. It's the first time ever. Just to give you guys a little heads up. It's the first time ever that I didn't make the playoffs as a broadcaster was last season, and I don't ever want to experience that again. It's quite an empty feeling. Other guys have gone through it before as well, which I understand, but it was uncharted territory for me. So, an 11-year run without with making the postseason and then having that 1 year that you don't, it leaves a little bit of a sour taste in your mouth. But honestly, I think the best thing that came out of that was it could only go up from there. And so this year, the Outlaws have definitely. They're definitely showing the world, especially the junior hockey world, that they're for sure this year.
So obviously, like last season, like you said, tough year, not making the playoffs for the first time. And so I don't know, what kind of did you notice over the off season? Any changes coming where you thought that this team was set up better for the future, or like what was it kind of like that off season transition moving into this year? How were you feeling at the start of the year? And
if I said I was optimistic, I would have been lying to you because I thought we were going to be having a problem for a few years here. But it turned out that the problems that I knew about that were in that room all of a sudden left. And so I get to training camp, or I didn't even get to training camp. I heard that this coach had been hired at the time, and I knew the name from the hockey world. I didn't know what he was like as a coach, and all I heard was positive things about it. Next thing you know, what happens? This guy unfortunately has to step down due to family. He's got family commitments, and obviously that makes sense, right? It's an awfully dedicated to the season for being a coach at this level, and so it's tough to do that. So I totally get that. And then all of a sudden they hire this guy named Martin Hack, and I'm like, who the heck is Hack? Like I didn't know any. I knew he was like part of the Ridge Meadows organization, but I didn't know what the impact was. And here's a guy who's an assistant coach. Long overdue for him to be a head coach, if you ask me. Fabulous guy. Minute I met him at spring camp, I guess. Well, they had a later spring camp for the Outlaws this year. It was right away. It was introduced myself, and it was just like I was one of the boys. And that's just how he made you feel. Not only was he was a bit of a player's coach, so the boys loved him that way too. But you could just see systems, and he would always, with me for Hack, he would always show that I will rip you a new one, but I'll also be the first one to commend you on something that you did during the game or during that next shift, right? One actually that comes to mind for me this year is Sam Gerbrand. Here's a guy who's 6'5". He's a tank of a dude, and he goes out there and he barely hits anybody, and he barely was skating, and he just had no effort level, and it's because of the seasons in the past. And Martin Hack turned to him and said, "You're 6'5", right?" And he goes, "Yeah." He goes, "You can run the shit out of these guys, right?" And he goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Then do it." He goes out there next shift, runs over two guys, gets a scoring chance, and then he comes off. He goes, "And that's what I'm talking about. I want you to play just like that." And it's been a complete turnaround for Sam. Ben Leslie, another big guy on this team as well. We joke we call it candy between the Twin Towers, which is Gerbrand and Leslie, 6'5" and 6'4", and that line's been outstanding this year as well. Just to see everybody kind of click together, and they were kind of clicking a little bit before the tragedy that happened with Hack. And for folks that don't know, he unfortunately died tragically in a car accident. And this team, they decided to play, and we're super, super proud of these boys and this team to come out and actually want to play after something so tragic had happened. Like I said, he was such a great guy to the boys in that room too. Big hit as well. To see them come out, I thought against Surrey and Abbotsford, the two games before they returned home, those were probably the better games the Outlaws played, and they just ran into a couple of hot goaltenders. You could tell they were playing with a bit of a heavy heart. But for me, I could just see like we're still away from our rink for 2 weeks still. So, and they know that this memorial is going to come, and they know that the family is going to be there for a memorial type of thing, right? And you can just kind of see like the weight was on their chest moving into that spot. So,
do you think the boys are pretty inspired this year to try and kind of do it for Hack and kind of even though it's kind of this new league? I mean, well, we can touch on that too, like the way that the league split off and how everything's gone down there. But do you think the boys are kind of almost like inspired to do this, for your obviously for your late coach.
As unfortunate as it sounds, it's 100% the reason why they are the way they are right now. And I'll tell you guys the reason why I stopped short at talking about the memorial is because I wanted to give you an opportunity. I'm sure, Joe, because I'm sure you were chomping at the bit. I could see you kind of like, okay, I got a question about this for a second here. But the minute that 15 minutes was over for the memorial, and the boys got a chance to hug the family, and they got to give them flowers. And Owen, were you there? Were you at that event?
I was at the one in Ridge, but I couldn't make the one in Mission, so I kind of saw the other side of it, and obviously all the Outlaws were at the Ridge game as well. But yeah, no, I wasn't at the one in Mission.
It was so nicely done. Scott Farrell did a wonderful job of organizing the whole. He was a panic mess, by the way, and it all went off without a hitch, which was great. He wrote a lovely thing for me to read out in the building as well, and you could just start to see that weight lifted off the chest of the guys. Like, okay, we got to the point, we got to say our proper goodbye here in the rink, the place where he loved to be. We got to say, our condolences to his family directly instead of, wondering if you're ever going to meet them, that kind of thing. And they go out and they come from behind and they win a game against Cloverdale. And then all of a sudden you could just kind of see like the switch went off and this belief in themselves. And then they go back into Cloverdale the next game and they win again. Well, a spirited affair. Now the guys are getting hit. And your other teammates are coming over to start fighting, and it's fighting. There's chirping going on, like within reason, of course. And then it's just a completely different style of hockey. They're hitting everything they saw. They talked, smacked anybody that wanted to hear it, and they were going out there and they were finding the back of the net. And next thing you know, they've now got 2. Now you pile 3, then 4, then 5, and now all of a sudden we're at 12. So I mean, the belief in this team. I mean, look at the game you went to on Thursday night there, Owen, against Cloverdale again. A seesaw battle. Pretty much 2 guys in the first period just lighting the lamp. And then that Nailing kid is phenomenal, by the way. Out there.
Oh, he's nasty.
Yes, he sure is. But and then the Outlaws able to all of a sudden, hey, we better pay some attention to this guy. They kind of shut him down for the rest of the game. Goes to a shootout again. And it's like, and then you just know when they get to the shootout, there's going to be chances for these guys to score, and they're going to win this hockey game. And with goaltending like Pablette and Justin Getz right now, it's just been phenomenal for the
unreal.
I'm not worried about which goalie starts which game anymore. You're that way a lot, especially even back in the old days, like when you guys were younger and you watched the championship team. Jeff was great. I didn't know so much about the backup goalie, right? So I always knew Jeff Veach was our guy. But this team here, I have no idea. You can just toss a coin and say, "Here, you're going in for tonight," and you still have a chance, right? So,
yeah, I mean, pretty incredible. Like you said, obviously, getting to watch these guys, like it's like watching a different team. They like you said, especially those big guys, Leslie Gebrand, and having Candy there, I think obviously, joined the team a bit later in this season, but a guy who's played 150 games for the Mission City Outlaws. I think he's probably at 200 junior games now. If not, he's just shy of it. So bringing a guy in like that and then putting the 320s together, and they just, it's like they smell blood out there, those guys. They know how they need to play for the first time in their junior careers, and it showed. It's been amazing to watch. It's so fun. And I'm so excited for those guys, for that team. Obviously for Dickey, having him back there, it's been so fun to watch.
Well, when he came back as a general manager, I thought, you know what, this is junior hockey. Anything can happen. The fact that he says, I'm shocked that I'm back here, means that ownership finally is getting it right, where they can back off a bit, right? They have a guy who's in charge of taking care of everything. And we all know Dickey, the passion that he has for this team, the passion that he has for the game of junior hockey and then developing players, speaks volumes of how this team has turned the page right now. And he came back as a general manager and he goes, Mike, I do not want to be the coach of this team. It's Hack's team, blah, blah, blah. Then this happens, and then he's like, guess I'm going to have to step in now as the head coach. And now he's like, I like doing both, because then he can actually see the players while he's engaged in the game too, while taking care of his own team. And he's made deals. And like I said, Candy was one of those. Now, Candy didn't make his way back in the lineup because he hadn't skated in almost a year. And so he said he had to get some conditioning down first before he came back onto the ice and actually suited up for us. But yeah, that line's been great. How about Cooper Crow, Cade Peden, and Colton Collar? This is the top line of these guys, and they're Cooper Crow is just insane, and it's like a switch went off for him too. I thought and I've told him this. I thought sometimes that he's been a little too selfish in the past, and this year he's been trying to set up more, and then in doing so, he gets set up more for those one-time shots or those dangle moves or those spring away for a breakaway. And the kid's got wheels, and we all know he can skate. We all know he can stick handle. It's just a matter of if he can get free or not. So, yeah.
Right. Well, me and Owen were also talking, like, when was the last time the Outlaws had a main guy that put up a crap ton of points?
That would have been...
Yeah, their whole first line's 1.5 points per game right now. So it's great to have the depth. And, like, I think me and Owen were saying the last time we really had an all-star line like that was back in the day when we won the what was it? The Stonehouse.
Stonehouse now. It was just the PGHL championship back then, Joe.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I don't even know, but obviously Owen's year, that 1 year got cut short with COVID. I think maybe we had the potential to do that, right? Do that year. But then since then, it's kind of been ups and downs to the Outlaws. So it's really good to see you guys kind of putting it all together, and especially for Hack there. But I was going to take you back, Boiler. We were dealing with a lot of rumors last year. Quite a lot of stuff about the organization and the future going into this year, kind of moving on the horizon and stuff. But I think how important has it been for you guys to stay in Mission? Kind of, I just want you to talk about that and for the community and everything, all the volunteers, and because I know we were talking about, there was something floating around about Mission potentially moving. I haven't heard very much since then, but you know what? I just want to talk. I want you to talk about kind of how important it is for Mission to stay in Mission.
I think it's really important for Mission to stay where it is, and I'm with you. I haven't heard much more about the move, and I'm directly involved with the team. I do know that I just re-signed another contract, and it's in there that potentially if the team moved somewhere, I would still carry over to that spot. But that was just to cover their bases, and that was back in the off season, right, when I re-signed again for 3 more years after this year. So, but I haven't heard word of it since. And if you ask any of our owners, they say, no, we're staying right here. The thing they really want to negotiate and hammer home, the only thing that's keeping us from leaving, I think long term, is a room. They need their own dressing room, and they need to figure something out with the city to allow us to put a dressing room in that rink.
I can see Owen's frustration on his face right now. He's just losing.
The only team left in the entire league that doesn't have their own room. I mean, even Cloverdale's converted that first room at the old rink into their room. So I don't know how they do that when minor hockey plays. Maybe that comes apart. I'm not sure, but even they've made it somewhat enjoyable for those guys to have at least something that's their room. They won't even allow us to do anything like a paint job in our dressing rooms there to give us one room at our rink, right? So it's ridiculous that a city that knows darn well that the Mission City Outlaws bring a lot of revenue into that building. Red's Grill in the lobby there can totally attest to that, how much money he makes during that.
Yeah, shout out Scotty at Red's Grill. He's the best.
Yeah, at the by the way, chicken teriyaki is the best one there. That's what I have every game day, pretty much.
Oh
yeah. And the fries are good too. But Joe, just to talk about, like you mentioned about volunteers too, teams don't run in this league without them, and we would be considered a skeleton crew when it comes to it. I've mentioned it many times in my broadcasts this year that we're always looking for volunteers to help out. Please email, info@missioncityoutlaws.com if you're interested, that kind of thing. We just need somebody. We right now, I have a camera operator has to be the timekeeper because we didn't have a timekeeper anymore. Now that left a vacancy for my camera operator. So now we have to get players that are sitting out that night who are not overly thrilled about having to sit out are going to be the guys that run that camera for a thing that people pay money to watch on, which is flow hockey. You want to make sure that they're also able to watch the game without them talking to their friend, and then the camera's still over here and the play's gone down this way. That's really frustrating for people. And I see the feedback on that. But I mean, even security. I mean, the Outlaws would love to get like a beer garden going there, which most rinks have. There's nobody there to even serve a drink or watch that door and make sure that nobody comes out of that area, right? Like it really is a skeleton crew, but we've made it work so far this year. We've added Owen, you've been to a couple of games during the regular season. I'm hosting, events in between periods where shootout win or shootout contest or Hot Wheels is another one we have. On Christmas time, we decorated humans and made them human ornaments for prizes, which you need to do. That gives the experience. And I just look at the crowd when I'm out there doing that in the intermissions, and they're just all engaged and they're laughing and clapping, and that's what you need. You need to make it more of just an experience of, okay, the hockey speaks for itself, which has been the wrong way to approach this for years and years and years. No, the hockey doesn't always speak for itself. Last year, if we'd done intermission stuff, we probably would have had more fans in the stands at the end of the year, even though the team was crappy. But this year, it just kind of, the boys come out and they watch it, they laugh about it too, and they see some of their parents are actually participating in some of the events too, right? I got to get Brian out there for sure, but
you got to get him out for something at least.
Right.
Yeah,
he keeps avoiding me. He sees me walking through and he just walks the other way, which is I don't know why, but but yeah, for volunteers, we're really desperately in need, and all teams really are. And like you said, you guys have been involved with junior hockey before. Volunteers is what make this place run, man. Without them, these teams don't exist. And it really would be nice to see some more community support across the board, no matter where it is, either be here or in Richmond. They need some more support.
Yeah, absolutely. So I kind of wanted to ask a bit now just about how you're feeling about the rest of the season.
Most people don't realize how much of their personal information is being bought and sold every day. Data brokers are making billions pulling details about you from public records and the internet, then packaging and selling it, usually without your consent. That's how your information lands in the hands of scammers, spammers, and even stalkers. It's why you get endless robocalls and why ads seem to follow you everywhere. That's where Aura comes in. Aura actively removes your data from broker sites and keeps it off. They also instantly alert you if your information shows up in a breach or on the dark web. But Aura goes beyond data protection. With one app, you get a VPN, antivirus, password manager, spam call protection, dark web monitoring, and even up to $5 million in identity theft insurance, all backed by 24/7 US-based fraud support. Other companies might sell just credit monitoring or just a VPN. Aura gives you all of it together at the same price competitors charge for just one service. Start your free trial today at aura.com/secure. Protect yourself now at aura.com/secure.
RingCentral will completely transform the way you work. It gives you built-in AI across all your business conversations. Your phone system has an AI receptionist that answers calls 24/7. Your video meetings have AI that takes notes instantly. Even your contact center has AI, so you can help customers faster. It all comes together in one reliable platform for effortless AI communications. See for yourself at ringcentral.com. RingCentral, voice of your business.
I mean, do you know what the playoff format is? Because I don't know what the playoff format is.
Get it either, man. Like it's kind of
So
insane.
what I've heard so far is that all 8 teams from each division will play. So first plays 8th, second plays 7th, third plays 6th, and fourth plays 5th. But then I heard that once you get through your division, you have to do a crossover and play the top team from each league, which I don't think is fair because a lot of those teams are built for tier 1 on the other side. Now I'm hearing other ways. That was at the beginning of the year. Now I'm hearing, no, screw them. We're not doing anything with that side, and this side doesn't want to do anything with our side, which is why you had the 2 showcases. Which I think was great, by the way. I thought Cloverdale did a fantastic job doing that showcase. And it was nice and closer for us to drive out there. I mean, I'm a Langley guy, so it's not too bad I'm central around everybody. But for the Mission boys, they were pretty happy they didn't have to travel all the way out to Richmond. I'm sure Abbotsford was happy they didn't have to house, because they used to put their boys up in hotels out there. Chilliwack did the same thing.
I didn't know that. Wow. That's sick.
It is. It gives them that bit of a feeling, but I'm sure those owners are pretty happy that they didn't have to fork out a ton of cash for that kind of stuff, right? Well, I mean, Chilliwack would have had to, because they still had to go to Richmond, but I'm pretty happy. But I just think that there's 2 sides that are really divided. And I'm hearing other things. I don't know if you guys are hearing the same thing, but I'm hearing about potential for like an all-out junior B league, which would involve like some of the teams that are currently in the Harold Britain right now. I just heard that the other day. I don't know if you guys are hearing the same thing, but I always kind of try to turn to you guys because you seem to have the inside scoop on what's going on. So,
yeah. So as far as the playoffs, like what you said, like at the start of the year, the crossover, that's exactly what I heard as well. And then they canned that. Both, basically what I understand is right now, both conferences want nothing to do with the other. Yeah. So I think it's going to be a 1-8 in the playoffs. I would hope that the first series is a best of 3, just for the sake of a couple teams towards the bottom. But overall, I'm not 100% sure what we're going to be seeing there yet. As far as like the All Out Junior B League, like what do you mean by that?
So they're gonna like continue to do it this way, but be called Junior B instead of
Oh,
two.
Gotcha.
But
Gotcha.
then that makes more sense to me, anyways. I mean, they need a Junior A League. There's talk about teams leaving the BC Hockey League. I heard that from somebody the other day. Prince George has been talking about it for a couple of years now, going to the KI. Merritt already left, so we already know that. They went to the KI, but there's a potential that maybe Merritt could even come into the PJ for the Junior B side of things too, right? I mean, it's not that far of a drive. It's 2 hours down the road, right? But, I mean, you got to worry about weather and all that stuff through the Coquihalla on your way up there too, right? So I don't know if that's exactly feasible, but and that's just a rumor. But a lot of it is rumors, and sometimes it comes into fruition. But the Prince George thing with the legs there, it's been talked about for 2 years now. It's been on the news, on TV and stuff about them wanting to eventually defect away from the BC Hockey League and go back to Hockey Canada, and the KI is the route to do that. But this whole stuff with Cloverdale at the beginning of the year, with not being allowed to play and holding basically kids' hockey careers at ransom until you got what you wanted, like a bunch of children stomping their feet at a toy store when they don't get what they want, was really, really left a foul taste in my mouth. I was so happy to see these boys get to go and play. I was great to see that it was against the Outlaws for their first ever game in the league and go in there and stomp them 3-0. But for that there, it also left a sour taste, not just in the mouth of this broadcaster. People in every league, you name it, thought it was the ugliest thing they've ever seen and don't necessarily want to do business with certain people like that either, right? So it could hurt you. It could send you back a few steps. I mean, Owen, you were a part of this team at one point. Back in the day, there was a massive bench clearing brawl between the Langley Knights and the Mission City Outlaws, and that set this league by about 5 to 6 years with just that brawl alone. I mean, there was 9-game suspensions, 12-game suspensions. Like the Knights never recovered until pretty much the last couple of years here from that, right? And they moved on to Surrey, and then ugly, what was it, court things and all this other stuff and being sued. And the league doesn't need that kind of stuff. This league already hurts enough as it is, and they've been around as long as they have, which is why I think they're going to be okay. But they don't need all this, bad publicity. They need to move forward and be this team, be this league that they need to be, which to me is it needs to be a development league, like it always has been. Develop these guys and get them on to the next step. The BCEHL is doing that. That's why most players are leaving and going to the Dub. You can't really sign a whole lot of them here in the Pacific Junior Hockey League, but maybe if you started giving that, hey, we're a development league and we're planning on moving your kid forward, then you might be able to recruit a little bit more right that way from those guys.
Yeah, 100%. I kind of just wanted to ask, what are your hopes for the rest of the season here for the Outlaws? Like, what are your expectations, your beliefs for this team, and then in the future as well? Like, how do you kind of see this organization and the league progressing forward? I know that's a bit loaded, but
yeah, that one I don't have a crystal ball, so I can't tell you what's going to happen. I hope that we keep going the way we're going right now with this team. Right now, I don't see a night where we're not at least in every single game. They're going to make a heck of a push. It'll be a real test when they go up against Surrey, which they haven't beat yet this year, but we've only played them 3 times. So this is a different team since then. And that'll be an interesting one here. But I see the Outlaws having a lot more success. I can actually say that with a little bit more authority this year than I did last time I was on with you guys. But now, because we do have, we have the coaches and Nolan Crampton and Brian Dale are doing a great job of learning from a guy like Richard Kimber. Dickey's doing a fantastic job behind the bench. He's got the boys buying in. I don't see this team slowing down anytime soon. May make it 13 against Port Moody. Hopefully when this airs, that is the case, but we'd love that lucky number 13, but I look forward to that. And then with this league moving forward, I mean, You guys are as good as guessers as I am. It's always interesting in the off season, and it gives us something to talk about, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like that's what makes us doing this so fun, right? There's so much going on, but yeah, obviously, just with it all going on. I mean, part of like when we're reporting things, it's like you almost don't want to because you don't want to give the league a bad look. Like with the whole Cloverdale situation, I think we pretty much broke all of that this year, and I mean, I think that whole situation, like you said, probably caused quite a bit of reputational damage to the league, and so it's difficult, but it also at the same time, nobody knew what the heck was going on, so we didn't really have a choice, right? But yeah, no, that's great to hear. I fully with you. I think the Laws are just going to keep on riding this momentum this year. I love their team. I love their depth, and I'm so excited for these guys. Like especially after the year they had last year and the situation with Hack, like it's pretty awesome to see what they're doing right now. So, Joe, do you got anything else you want to end off on, or Boiler, if you have anything else too that you kind of want to share?
No, I'll just fire it over to Boiler right now.
Why me? Stop it. I just want to say I really appreciate you guys doing what you do. Like I said, I'm not kidding you. My son religiously looks at Jungle Hockey Pod for all of his information, and then he gives it over to me, and I'll use a lot of it on my broadcast as well, right? But stuff that I know is not too risque. I think you guys actually were the first to break Ironman last year.
Yeah,
and my color commentator was our PA announcer, Ryan Dickey. He's now moved back over to Alberta, but we're in the middle of a game, and he breaks the news without even telling me, and I haven't even confirmed anything. And he's like, and I'm like, where did you get that information from? Because I knew they were for sale. I just didn't know if the sale was final yet. Yeah. And he, Jungle Hockey Pod. I'm like, no, don't tell me that, man. That was off the air. I'm like, no, I gotta check. And then I asked Scott right away, and he was like, yeah, it's done. We just voted on it for, his name's Ben, and he's a fantastic guy. That's a team that needs to turn it around, man. That is it's a tough franchise to be around right now, that Ironman team. And I think Matt Ben Kratenko, who's taken over the team out there, he's really trying, but he needs support too. Like we were talking about volunteers. I think I counted 4 volunteers while I was there against the Ironman this year, and Ben is everywhere. He can't even sit back and enjoy his son playing goalie, who's done an outstanding job, by the way.
For a 16-year-old, he is not the problem there. He's been great. I've been impressed.
I don't know if you guys ever get a chance, but if you get a chance to go back and listen to one of my games against the Ironman, I will literally tell you everything that's wrong with that team during the broadcast. And I'm not trying to hold back at all. To me, it's a development league. You can't just grab the puck and just toss it down the ice. And then you go to the bench and nobody says anything to you. That's the problem. You got to coach these guys, man. Like they're for one, they're a younger team. Yeah. Number 2, they don't have any skill. Like at that level yet. You know what I mean? And you need to coach them, and to sit there and shake your head and that's all you're doing. How's that going to resonate to anybody? How's that? You know what I mean? Like that's your problem right there. I went off the last time they were in Mission Leisure Center. I went off on my broadcast, and somebody approached me the next game and went, "You were bang on the money. Everything was in you said," and they were from the organization, right? So you were bang on the money. I was like, "Okay, perfect. All right. Well, that's exactly how they're feeling." I'm a fan. I don't want to see these guys be.
Nobody does. Yeah, nobody does.
And something needs to change. And I think Ben's the right guy for the job. I just think he needs some support out there. He's a really nice guy. I've met him a couple of times now. And all I've heard from everybody on the board of governors as well is what a great person he is to work with. And I just hope that Aldergrove can get back to the way they used to be, where Wednesday nights were hopping at that old barn. Man. You couldn't get a seat.
Yeah.
Right. So we had a lot of fun out there in Aldergrove back in the day. But even they're doing intermission stuff. They got a frisbee toss.
There they go.
Thing that they do, right? So, yeah, so they're already starting to get it in the right direction. They just got to get all the labels changed because all their pucks still say Kodiak's on it, and on Flow Hockey it still says Kodiak's on the top. And
Why didn't they just keep the name, man?
And change the logo, right? Like make it more of like an angry looking bear or something like that. You know what I mean? Like
You could change
I'm
the
with
logo
you.
or like rebrand the logo, but keep the name the same. Yeah, it was cool.
I think I'm in the minority though. A lot of people don't like their new jerseys. I love them. I think they're fantastic.
I haven't seen the jerseys. I haven't seen.
Oh
them.
my god! If
Like,
you guys get a
properly?
chance, they
First-
finally got name bars on them after 30 games in the season, but they finally figured that part out. But but to me, they're one of the nice ones. Cloverdale Hockey
They're
Club's jerseys
sick.
are so
Sick.
nice.
They're beautiful.
Oh.
Once they get a proper logo, oh man. Yeah.
I almost want to buy
You
one of
want a
those
name,
hats
too?
just to have it. for
Yeah,
that.
like they had their little merch booth at the game, and I was like, well, this is pretty nice stuff there. Like, yeah.
But yeah, I just want to say thank you to you guys for doing everything you do. I'm going to keep looking for all my inside scoop stuff, so don't you worry. I think I mentioned to somebody at the game one time. I said, "How do they get that stuff?" And they're like, "Well, they can't give away trade secrets; they'd have to hurt you." And I'm like, "Okay, well, I don't want to find out that badly." So.
Yeah.
Awesome, Boiler. Well, yeah, thank you so much for coming on again. Obviously, you're a legend in Mission, and thank you so much for everything you do for the organization. I don't know what on earth they would do without you. So thank you so much, for coming on the pod, and for everything you do for that organization. Means a lot to the boys. They all love you. So.
All right,
Thanks,
boys.
brother.
Well, happy New Year to you, and best wishes on 2026. And Joe, you going back to school soon? What's the scoop?
Yeah, I fly down on the 5th of January, so a couple days here.
All right. Well, go there and go do what you do best and stop some rubber coming at
Thanks,
your way.
Thanks, boy.
Thanks, Boiler. Have a good one. Appreciate it.
The jaw-dropping moments that make hockey, hockey. Experience them all with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL. Missouri listeners, listen up. DraftKings Sportsbook is now live in the Show Me state. New customers, this one's for you. Bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code THPN. That's code THPN to turn $5 into $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, fees may apply in Illinois. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. See sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. NFL Sunday ticket offer for new subscribers only and auto renews until canceled. Digital games and commercial use excluded. Restrictions apply. Additional NFL Sunday ticket terms at youtube.com/go/NFL Sunday ticket/terms. Limited time offer.
Thank you so much to Mike the Boiler Bordignon for coming on the Jungle Hockey Podcast once again. Awesome interview, and it was interesting to hear about what his perspective on the changes. Obviously, they struggled a lot last season, like we talked about. So great to see them having success despite everything they've been through. And I think Boiler did an incredible job kind of painting a picture of how everything's kind of progressed from last season all the way up until present day. So thanks a ton again to the Boiler. And I think it's time for us to get into some KIJHL action here.
Owen, the KI was a little more active, but I'm going to say underwhelming on deadline day. Only 10 trades on deadline day. I mean, 11 if you include the rights of Curtis Kinoshita getting traded to the MJ. And like a lot of it is that just exactly that, like guys dropping down or guys going up. So like Quinnell just acquired like 2 guys from the Maritimes League just randomly.
Well, that one, I think it's like Gorman. He was on the team at the start of the year, lighting it up, then went to the Maritimes, and now he's back. So that's a huge ad for them.
Yeah, Donald Gorman. And then they got a goaltender as well, Ryland Benner from the Charlotte Lightning in the NHL. But we'll go back to January 8th because I believe we talked about Asher McWay, 05 defenseman from the Cascar Rebels to Creston for futures, and which is honestly, I'll address the Creston stuff.
Oh yeah.
None of that was meant to like say that they're going to fold guaranteed. Like I was just
No,
saying that like
of course.
they had sold. If you look at the transactions, they sold a bunch of 20-year-olds. Kaskar sold a bunch of 20-year-olds, and it just looked like they were selling. But all of a sudden, like a couple of days, like a day or two after, obviously these trades were in the works, and then we post that and it looks bad. But
Yeah,
these
'cause
trades are in the works.
I
And
think
then
the concern from Creston's end would be like, well, if there's a fucking rumor we're folding, which they aren't, then guys aren't going to report.
yeah,
I think
exactly.
that
So
was like their concern. So yeah. Sorry
they
to those guys. We obviously did not mean that.
they acquire these guys now, and then it's like, oh fuck, okay. Maybe they're not folding because they just got a whole bunch of 20-year-olds and they bought guys. So it's like, I don't know if our words were like so definitive. We were just like speculating, I guess.
I don't think our words were definitive. I think even just having the speculation out there, they didn't want.
Yeah, fair enough.
But again, like it was speculation. It was just something that we had heard or thought, basically. Yeah, obviously never trying to upset a team or hurt a team on this pod. And Creston's a community-owned team, community-ran team. So there's no owners selling looking to cash out.
Yeah, that's another thing that we didn't know.
The most obvious thing about, yeah, like that's just like we didn't do our research. I could have looked that up. Wouldn't have been hard. So yeah, like that part, obviously they are not looking to cash out and sell big because they're a community-ran team. Yeah. That's all I got on it. If you got anything else, Joe, and then jump into the Q&A.
No, they acquired 06 Richard Urvald from the Spokane Braves and 07 Joshua Douglas from the Osoyoos Coyotes. Also sold as well. They got actually sold a bunch of players, to be honest. It looked like they were either dishing off guys for money or I don't know what was going on, but 100 Mile is the most active team in this league, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
The amount of 100 Mile trades that I've seen.
Real quick, Joe, one thing about 100 Mile that you're not going to see on your page is their best player and captain Ethan Davey left for the VI.
Really? Wow, that's sad.
Yeah.
That's the end of an era.
He's been there like 5 years.
Unreal. Yeah, he's been there for so long.
Yeah.
That's so really surprising, actually.
Yeah, crazy. I was shocked when I saw that one come across, but yeah.
Where did you see that?
One of the I forget which VI team. I'm gonna get all the VI stuff organized now, but it was it was a VI team posted
awesome.
it.
Well, and I can't decide if the Fernie Ghost Riders were buying or selling. Based off of that Walker Overwater trade at the start of the year. I thought they were gonna sell a whole bunch of players, but then Den Besson comes in and they start going on a run here. They're in second in their division.
Well, they traded that Evans guy too. So that was when I was like, they're definitely selling.
Yeah. I was like, oh, definitely selling. They acquired 07 defenseman Evan Sykestrow from the Drayton Valley Thunder and the AJ. Another big pickup. Wes working his magic, acquiring a defenseman. Forward. 06 forward Marcus Hughes from the Winkler Flyers and the MJ. And obviously we mentioned Shida getting traded to the MJ. I don't know. He's been playing for West Kelowna in the BCHL, so I don't know if he is dropping down or what's happening.
Yeah, I think that usually means that's what's happening when that kind of trade happens. I know like Richmond traded the rights of Nate Gray to Yorkton, and he was in the double year, and now he just got sent to Yorkton. So that's probably the situation there.
Yeah, 07 swaps between the Merritt Centennials and Nelson Leafs. Christian Stevenson and Carter Kelly going either way. There, 100 Mile and Golden made a 2-player trade. Justin Mole and Jackson Foylot and futures are going to Rockets in return for 07 forward Spencer Bates.
He's good.
Spencer Bates then was traded back to the Golden Rockets and futures considerations. Literally, like the exact same trade just went back and forth. Like, I don't get what the point of fucking posting this transaction was, the KI. Like, what are we doing here? You guys just posted it twice, whatever. 100 Mile, we talked about that goalie from Poco in the PJ. Merritt got that Winkler Flyers D-man. Golden acquired defenseman Jake O'Keefe from the Revelstoke Grizzlies. Revelstoke surprisingly quiet on the deadline. Kind of expected. I heard rumblings of some other trades going on, but I obviously didn't come come to fruition there. Would have liked to see them be a little more active, but I think they're in a pretty good spot there. I think they're up there for first in the league right now. Kamloops is still running first, and then Kimberley, and then Revelstoke's right up there. So, 100 Mile traded 05 defenseman Ethan Hofstrand. I think he was one of the, if not the only 20-year-old that was moved on the deadline.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, Princeton acquired Ethan Hofstrand from the 100 Mile Royals Wranglers in exchange for the playing rights of 2007-born defenseman Finn McKee from the 100 Mile Wranglers to Princeton. I don't really know much about Hofstrand. Probably a solid defenseman. Probably just wanted to play for a championship. I mean, fair enough. You don't really see guys get traded, like 20-year-olds get traded at the deadline very often, unless they, request out and want to go win. Kelowna Chiefs got the 07 goalie Ethan Mann from the Spokane Braves. This is one of the first times, Owen, I've seen completing future considerations owed from a previous transaction.
Hey.
So
Yeah,
maybe
true.
future considerations isn't just money. It is actually could be players.
Oh, I know of certain cases where it's been players or where it's been loans. I remember when I was like 18. Joe, did you ever play with Ryden Matheson? He was a T-Birds kid.
Oh, maybe.
Pretty sure. So it was like
You might have been younger than me.
Yeah, he's a year younger.
Yeah, I don't think I played with him.
Okay. So he was on White Rock when he was 17, listed to the dub, like nasty. And Port Moody traded for like White Rock's best 20 White Rock traded for Port Moody's best 20 at the deadline for futures. Then the next year it was like White Rock got to protect 6 guys and Port Moody got to take anyone else they wanted. And they took Matheson, and it was like he was probably not happy. I think he ended up in the BCHL at the end of that season anyways, but it was like, oh, no.
Right. It's like, what's the point?
Yeah.
Revelstoke did make a splash a little bit. 2006 born defenseman Logan Keeley from the Cam River Fighting Walleye of the SIJHL in return for futures. I have no idea who this guy is, but hopefully he's good.
Yeah.
And then Owen Hunter, I swear, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 100 Mile trades in the last 4 days.
That's fucking insane.
Like, holy fuck, dude. Get off be a GM mode. Like, get off the trade folder and be a GM mode. Like, Jesus. Maybe stick with the guys you have. We're dishing guys everywhere. Sycamoose was active too. They got 07 born forward Clayton Gilmore in exchange for Ethan Miller on the 100 Mile. Sending Ethan Miller back to the 100 Miles Wranglers. But yeah, and a lot of players being sent back and forth from not so good teams. Kelowna did acquire 06 born defenseman Dawson Harden from the 100 Mile Wranglers in exchange for Clayton Gilmore 07.
That was a weird one, eh?
I don't really get that.
Okay, so
yeah,
I looked because that one surprised me because I thought like last year Gilmore was like 17. I think he's 17 last year. So I think he's 18. He was like near point per game, fighting, killing guys, played games in Madub, went and joined Tri-City at the start of the year, Madub, or at the end of the year, my bad. And then this year, started the year there, ended up going to the SJ, played like 5 games in the SJ, got sent back, went to Kelowna. He's only played 10 games and he has 1 goal. So
maybe just not doing well enough. I don't know.
I don't know if it's like, I don't know what's going on there. I remember like he was a stud last year. So I don't know, like only 10 games played, maybe injuries.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. Maybe he's got stuff going on, but yeah, I was surprised to see his numbers look how they've looked this year, and hopefully he can turn it around because I thought he was a stud. Yeah, I was very surprised by that trade until I looked into it.
Dish to 100 Mile, yeah, I mean, kind of says all you need to say there. 1 goal in 10 games, and he only played 10 games. Maybe he got hurt.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not sure.
Pretty much the only trade between 2 competing teams between Grand Forks and Merritt. 06 defenseman Garen Bona went to Grand Forks in return for 07 forward Wyatt Cull and 07 forward Morgan Page in the 2-for-1 deal there. And then Merritt also acquired another forward from the MJ. Where is that? Rhett Surface from the Portage Terriers. Yeah, don't know much there. I don't know if you recognize the name, Owen, but probably a West backroom deal. Who knows?
Backroom deal. Fuck off.
No, under the table deal. Owen, you know anything about those or no?
No under the table deals. We don't want to go starting any rumors by accident here. Fuck.
No, Wes definitely just knew this guy and fucking just brought him in like he does.
He's well connected.
Well connected guy, knows what he's doing. So yeah, I don't know where I've never heard. I don't know if you recognize the name Rhett Surface anywhere, Owen. Pretty much what's happened in the KI, Owen.
Joe? I gotta ask you. I have two questions for you actually. The first one, the second one's just kind of a funny thing. First one, just like, how do you see the league now? Who are the legit teams? Who are the winners? Who are the losers?
I'm excited for the league, man. It's very close between divisions. I'm really excited for the league. Like all 4 leaders of the division of each division is like high in like Revelstoke, Kamloops, Kimberley, and Beaver Valley all lead their respective divisions, and they're all within like 1 or 2 points of each other. I think Beaver Valley and Revelstoke are at 46, and Kamloops is at 48 points. Kimberley's at 47. And then we have Princeton. Princeton and Kelowna are at 46 and 43, respectively, and Grand Forks is at 41 points as well. So like 1, 2. I'd say Fernie's also kind of competing for a championship. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and if you want to even throw Kelowna in there, 8 teams that could win this league at this point.
Yeah.
Can't count out Kelowna. They just got pretty much one of the highest scorers in the league, Liam Monroe.
Yeah, dude.
Who was actually reporting. I didn't think that was going to happen, but he did. And yeah, I'm excited for them. It's hard to count out Merritt in a 7-game series too. Fernie, Grand Forks, Beaver Valley, all teams that can compete. I love the shape of the league. I'm definitely going to be watching the playoffs this year. Excited to see what's going to happen here.
Nice, dude. So my second kind of follow-up question for you on that is, if you look at, Joe, can you tell me who the last place team in each division is?
The last place team, Osoyoos, Chase, Columbia Valley, and Nelson.
What do 3 of those teams have in common?
Are they all tier 1?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, I don't think that the tier 1 team should be determined on performance, but is this not a bit concerning?
I mean, if Sicamous is beating Osoyoos in points, and Sicamous has been declared a tier 2 organization.
Have they? Sicamous?
Yeah, Sicamous has.
Was that like Midway or something this year? It was Golden Chase and Spokane.
I thought Sicamous was in that too.
They might have like added themselves to it, but I don't know anything about that. Actually, I feel like I've heard someone tell me Sicamous like dropped out of it midway, but I don't think there was like an announcement or anything. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they haven't.
Whatever. I don't know. The league is just like, what are we doing here, guys? Like, fucking just, you know, the teams you need to take, and it's just like, you got to rip the Band-Aid off and just tell people they're not going at this point, because it's like, we've been dragging this out for so long. And you know what, Owen, we'll get into the league meeting here. When did you say that was? It's coming up quick here.
Yeah, I don't know the exact date, but I've been told that there's a KI, I believe it's their semi-annual AGM. I think that's what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's a meeting, the KI, whatever. I believe it's going to be around the 25th. I don't know the exact day, but somewhere in that range. And then it sounds like everything will be finalized by February 1st. Now, I don't know if that means it's going to be announced on February 1st. I think that's what
I feel like we'll start to be getting leaks on February 1st.
Yeah, we're gonna start getting more information soon. But as of right now, that's shit is so tight-lipped, dude. Like, because there's NDAs, there's fines, there's all this shit. So
It's just more serious. It feels more serious
100%
than a lot of the stuff coming out of the PJ.
The pitch is such a fucking shit show with that, dude. Like, the KI keeps it so tight-lipped.
It's hard. We've dug.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. Like,
reporting.
I'm not even digging anymore on the KI because it's like, well, they're keeping it in house. If I get told stuff, I get told stuff. Great, but they're keeping it in house, and I respect that. That they're like, because it seems like it's working. It seems like they're doing a good job.
I say it's embarrassing when people talk about your league like the way that we have about the PJ, just because nobody else is going to talk about it, but everyone knows what's happening.
Yeah.
The difference is the KI this stuff could be happening to the KI, but no one knows it's happening and puts on the.
Yep.
Like, shit goes on in the background of the NHL all the time, but people don't know what's going on. It's just rumors. Like, it's so tight-lipped. Whereas if everyone knew like what we know about the PJ, about the NHL, could you imagine how fucking...
Dude. Well, look at what's happened in fucking Ottawa the past week.
Yeah, like that's the prime example.
Yeah.
Prime example.
That's insane. I don't believe that story though, eh? Like, sorry. I don't believe that Ullmark snitched. Obviously, there's guys cheating on their wives in the NHL. But I don't think Ullmark snitched. That's crazy. If that would be true.
Nuts. Yeah, that would be nuts.
But yeah, I think that whole story might have made like, dude, girlfriends sus probably. Or wives or whatever. 100%. And then
give me your phone. Let me go through your phone.
Guys might have got caught, but I don't think Ullmark went in there. Like, what do you do? Send a group message to all the wives? Like, you know? How would that even happen?
He did get essentially removed from the team right now, so I don't know. He like took a leave of absence, and then a week later, all this shit came out, and then it's just like, holy fuck. What were you gonna say after that, though? I cut you off.
Okay. Oh, we were talking about the AGM, the meeting, and yeah. So hopefully, all that stuff is gonna be finalized soon. When it comes to the KI Tier 1, Tier 2, hopefully the BCHL doesn't get involved and mess shit up.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like the thought that the BCHL might try and come back to Hockey Canada is terrifying right now, because what the fuck does that mean for all these other teams who have been working towards this? I don't know. I got no fucking idea. But Joe, we all good for the KI? Is it VI time? We got to show the VI more love, man. I feel bad.
Well, we just don't know anything about it. That's the problem.
I will say the VI's transaction page, last year, it was still just like transactions from the year before. So I stopped looking. I haven't looked at it this year. It's so much nicer than all the other ones. Go look at it, Joe. It shows every single signing and releasing and trade. It shows like the players.
How hard is it to fucking get that?
Dude, and it shows every player's full names. It has their picture. It just looks better. Like the PJKI website is just
that's so much better.
Right? Isn't that awesome?
Holy fuck. Oceanside just signed 5 players.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to get into here, because I was sitting here going through teams' social medias trying to like write down transactions. Why don't I just look at the transaction page first? Because I thought it didn't work, but it does now.
Like Cowichan too? Holy shit.
Yeah. So obviously, we know that the KI
signed, released. That's cool.
It's a mess. It's a mess. The VI. Did I say KI? The VI is a mess when it comes to trade signings because they're unsanctioned. It's going to be crazy. So, can I like filter this by team? Oh my god, I can, dude. The VI doing shit right. Okay, we're gonna start with. Dude, I can't believe how many transactions everyone's made. Yeah, we're gonna start with the Campbell River Storm. So. Oh, what the fuck? He got signed and then released. Where the fuck is he now then?
Back in the...
He must be playing a higher level.
BCHL, maybe? Fuck if I know. He played 2 games and got a shutout.
Yeah, he'd like a 980.
985. Well, I mean, you should when you played in the BCHL and then come down to VI, like...
Yeah, I'm not seeing him anywhere. Maybe he was just like, this isn't for me. Who knows? But yeah, so
this
I guess
is so much thicker. Oh my god,
isn't this awesome?
so much cooler.
If you guys haven't seen, go check out the VI's transaction page. It is beautiful compared to what the PJ and the KI got. It's so easy to read.
It is kind of funny though. Comox has Jake Gleason getting released twice. It's just like, fuck you. On the 12th and the 13th, he got released.
double whammy.
Double released.
Yeah. Okay, let's get into this. Otherwise, it's going to take forever. So, like we just said, Matthias Hasselman released by Campbell River. Not sure where he's going. To replace him, they brought in goaltender Mason Hillier as. Oh, nope, he got released. I gotta read it all. I can't go in order. I gotta read it all at once or it's a mess. Okay. Pearson Main. He was on Campbell River last year. Didn't play hockey this year. Sounds like he just came back and then he got traded to Victoria. Sorry. Oh my God. I am butchering this. Sorry, guys. New page. He played for Victoria last year. Didn't play this year, but he's 20, wanted to come back, got traded to Campbell River. So he's on Campbell River now.
Owen.
What?
The Red Sox spent some money.
Ooh, on who?
Lefty starter Ranger Suarez.
I have no fucking idea who that is.
No idea who that is. $130 million though they gave him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just happy to see the Sox spending money. I don't even really care where it is at this point. I'm just glad they're trying.
Do something.
Yeah. We won that Devers trade though, just by getting rid of him. Crazy.
Oh, you love that guy. Relax.
I know I loved him, but then I saw what happened after he left, and I was like, "Oh my God, he was a problem." But yeah, I have a Devers shirt. He was my favorite Red Sox while he was there. Well, since Mookie left. Okay, sorry. Holy shit. Back to the transactions. Campbell River, like I mentioned, they also signed this goalie Mason Hillier, released him a few days later, and now they got this goalie William Talbot. Actually, I've noticed a ton of guys like quit, and then like for their 20 year this year, and then now they're all just re-signing, and it's like, what? I don't know. Like I kind of get some guys like wanting to take a break and then they jump in for the playoff run. I just think it's weird that so many guys are doing it. I don't know. William Talbot, goalie they brought in. He was actually playing for the New Jersey Rockets AAA team this year. Only played 3 games, so hasn't played a ton of hockey this year. Last year, he was in the CSSHL East. So, sorry. But yeah, new signing, but like based on his games played numbers, can't really tell anything about him because there's not a big enough sample size. His numbers are good everywhere, but it's, small sample size. So we'll see how that plays out. 20-year-old. That's all I got for Campbell River. I butchered that. Let's move on to Comox here. Alrighty. So Comox, I haven't done a ton lately. I don't think I mentioned that forward Ethan Goebel, one of Comox's best players this year, signed with Powell River Kings in the BCHL. So he's there the rest of the year. So it says released, but because he got promoted to the BCHL. So congrats to Ethan Goebel for that. Meanwhile, in Comox, they also signed forward Easton Sangri. I believe he was most recently playing for one of the Shawnigan teams. And then, like I mentioned last episode and this episode already, they brought Roland Amon in. He was, I believe, their leading scorer last year. I think he might have even been their captain. So having him back, that's a huge boost. Obviously, like we mentioned, tough blow for Burnaby, but not too much else. Comox has been a bit quieter on that side of things. And into Kerry Park, obviously it's been a tough year this year for Kerry Park, but looking at the recent moves, they acquired goaltender Adam Ranger from the Nanaimo Buccaneers. They also released Joshua Dubril, who I believe we said earlier, his rights got traded from Surrey to Langley. So I think Josh left the PJ last year, and then now he's coming back and playing for Langley, I would assume. Right. And then they brought in another goalie, Alex Doyer. So interesting moves from Kerry Park there. I think it's you're just trying to get through the rest of the season at this point, obviously, right? Like with the way things have gone. Yeah. And now having a look at Lake Cowichan, some interesting moves they signed forward Doyan Lee. They released forward Caden Bilajibegovic. Not sure where he went. That is one problem. Is it if guys are released, you got no idea where they go from looking at this?
Yeah, no idea.
Oh my. Yeah, I feel like these guys are all going to play in a different league because they're not getting cut. There's some good players here. They also released D-Man Jason St. Pierre, replaced him by bringing in Theo Laval. I believe Mission has Theo Laval's rights. He played for them last year. They traded for him from Chilliwack, so interesting to see him pop up there. They also signed forward Wyatt Hale, who in his picture, he's wearing a Campbell River jersey, so I assume he played there in the past. They also released Cole Fedorovich and Drayden Miller, and then acquired Landon Morris from the Comox Valley Glacier Kings in a trade. So a lot of guys that got released. I will do some more looking into where they went after this, but yeah, that's a weird one to see. I don't know. The VI is just so weird with transactions. Being able to there's no deadline. That I know of in the VI for anything. There probably is, but I don't know what it is.
Probably is.
Like they were signing guys right up until playoffs last. It's probably playoffs. Now looking at the Nanaimo Buccaneers, obviously a really strong team. They've really recovered from a couple tough years in the past.
Most people don't realize how much of their personal information is being bought and sold every day. Data brokers are making billions pulling details about you from public records and the internet, then packaging and selling it, usually without your consent. That's how your information lands in the hands of scammers, spammers, and even stalkers. It's why you get endless robocalls and why ads seem to follow you everywhere. That's where Aura comes in. Aura actively removes your data from broker sites and keeps it off. They also instantly alert you if your information shows up in a breach or on the dark web. But Aura goes beyond data protection. With one app, you get a VPN, antivirus, password manager, spam call protection, dark web monitoring, and even up to $5 million in identity theft insurance, all backed by 24/7 US-based fraud support. Other companies might sell just credit monitoring or just a VPN. Aura gives you all of it together at the same price competitors charge for just one service. Start your free trial today at aura.com/secure. Protect yourself now at aura.com/secure.
RingCentral will completely transform the way you work. It gives you built-in AI across all your business conversations. Your phone system has an AI receptionist that answers calls 24/7. Your video meetings have AI that takes notes instantly. Even your contact center has AI, so you can help customers faster. It all comes together in one reliable platform for effortless AI communications. See for yourself at ringcentral.com. RingCentral, voice of your business.
But they bring in goaltender Carter Puska from the Kerry Park Islanders. I believe that was actually who got traded for Adam Ranger, who I just mentioned in Kerry Park. They released defenseman Tice Winia, signed goalie Anton Palmquist, acquired forward Tristan Bailey, they signed him, but he played in the, I think he was in Selkirk, Joe? Is that MJ? Selkirk?
Yeah, MJ. That's MJ.
I believe that's where he was. And then, like I mentioned earlier, they got Kane Law from the Coastal Tsunami, 20 bomb forward. He's a good player. So Nanaimo making a few more ads. Don't think they've quite done enough to be able to be a championship team this year, but they're definitely going to be competitive. They're a team I could see in the final. It's just when the three best teams in the league are on one side, that doesn't mean that much, really.
Yeah.
Oceanside, like you were saying earlier, Joe, they signed like 10 people. This is insane. So they released forward Reichen Lay. They signed forward Min Jae Kim. They have that written here twice. I'm just going to assume that's a mistake and that there's not two of them. They signed forward Reed Ronning. They released defenseman Colton Howell. They signed forward Carter Stamp Vincent, defenseman Trip Reynolds III. Are you?
These names, bro. Look at the next one.
Trip? Dude, what the fuck? You're right. Okay, hang on. They said defenseman Trip Reynolds III. That's got to be...
That's a sick jersey.
We talk about all name teams, but that's at the top for sure.
Imagine a team with Min Jae Kim and Trip Reynolds III. And Mateo Lobas-Warger. Carter Stamp Vincent.
Oh man, we love talking about the names on here, hey?
Yeah. Grady Giordani.
Yeah.
Seth Corazoli.
Mateo Lorbis-Borger signed as well. Logan Duncan signed as well, and Austin Cote. Sorry, I don't know anything about most of those players. That's one thing I guess the VI could improve on this page, maybe saying where these guys came from, but the PJ and K, I don't do that.
Oh, and finally a team in Peninsula that hasn't done anything. Good God.
Yeah, exactly. All they did was bring back they brought back Lucas Pruada. Actually, Joe, they did make a pretty massive signing, though, that isn't on this page yet, but they posted it. They signed forward Dom Songoff, who was playing in the BCHL for Vernon and just got back from, I believe, the World Juniors with Hungary.
That's cool.
So, the probably best team in the league is once again looking even better. This guy was playing in the BCHL. He's from Budapest, Hungary, by the way. I was right about that. yeah, just came back from playing for them internationally at the World Juniors, and then he also played some games in Germany this year at the start of the year. So he's had
That's cool.
quite the path this season. 19 years old, so not sure where he'll be next year, but yeah, just a big signing for Peninsula. And then, like we talked about, Lucas Proeta is back as well. He was a guy who's, I think, been on the IR, and but yeah, that's a huge ad for them to get back. What team? Who do we got next year, Joe? Port?
Peninsula, Port. Yeah, Port.
Yeah. So sorry, Grady Dragani gets traded to Port Alberni from the Oceanside Generals, and then Port Alberni releases Logan Meyer. Joe, I had no idea Logan Meyer was playing in the VI this year. He played for Poco last year, and I remember when I went to Poco's, I went to like 2 of Poco's first 5 games. I was actually very impressed by him, and he was a guy who I think was just like a minor hockey player, like South Delta minor hockey or something. He's 19 now, but he was like almost half a point per game last year. And from what I watched this year, even playing Tier 1, I was like pretty impressed with him. And 5 games into the year, I guess he went to the VI and he had 13 points in 18 games, so he did pretty well. And then I saw the other day that Poco traded his rights to Surrey. So the whole time I just like quit. But I guess he's been in the VI.
Yeah, I guess he's playing there
on a rough team. So good for him. I didn't know that. Glad to see him back in the PJ. I mean, I don't love it for Mission because he's making Surrey better. But another thing real quick, random. I forgot to mention when we talked PJ. Devin Hare on Surrey, 20 ball and point per game forward, he just left the team to go study abroad. Sorry for giggling. It's just like a very unconventional reason for leaving, but that's fucking awesome for him, dude. Like, I'm obviously a big travel guy, so I think that's sick. So good for him. Congrats on a great career, Devin. Just want to mention that. So I guess you kind of bring in Logan Meyer, replaces him, probably pretty equal overall abilities. So I guess Surrey's probably about the same. Sanych, we talked about the Hoskins trade last week, which was fucking crazy. Couple more trades. They also acquired 20 bomb defenseman Zach Ellis Winters from the Victoria Cougars and 20 bomb forward Brandon Smith from the Victoria Cougars, and signed goaltender Matthew McPhee. Oh, he was playing in Vernal in the USP, but I think Vernal's I think they're back-to-back champs. Like, Vernal's disgusting. Guess who their coach is, Joe? Former Chilliwack Bruin.
Oh, Ryan House?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
He's Vernal's head coach.
I thought you were gonna say Roman Horak. I was like, what?
No, that would have been kind of sicker because he's Czech. But yeah, no, Ryan House is my goat.
Ryan House.
Yeah, not a ton for Sanych there, but I mean they had 220s. They're in a weird spot, man. Just being in this division.
All right, Owen. Victoria now. This is insane.
This is fucking crazy. So Victoria went. This is my favorite now in the VI.
Yeah, I'd say so too.
This is my favorite.
Maybe to win. That'd be funny.
That would be funny. But yeah, so, and Joe, like when you're looking at Patterson, Shind, and Bevan, any idea who those guys are? Like, do you know?
Shind? I know Shind was on the All-Star team last year. I know Patterson wasn't Patterson on the All-Star team last year too?
Yes, sir. Patterson won Forward of the Year in the VI last year.
Yeah, and then Bevan, I don't remember.
Bevan was Victoria's captain last year and has been playing Junior A in Ontario all year.
Oh, and then Ethan Davey they got from 100 Mile, obviously.
So they basically just
Shind was on 100 Mile too. Fun fact: Shind was on 100 Mile. He was a rookie on 100 Mile in my 20-year-old year.
Gotcha. Okay, so Cole Patterson and Kelton Shind, neither of them played hockey this year, so they both just did the thing where they quit and then come back. Like I said, Patterson won Forward of the Year. Shind, I think, got like most inspirational or something last year, like one of the ones where I don't really understand the criteria for. But again, point per game player. Ethan Davey, point per game player, absolute beast. And then Aiden Bevan, is their captain last year, puts up points as a defenseman, and he's obviously a good defensively as well. He's been playing Junior A all year. So Victoria's my favorite now. Even with Peninsula doing what they've done, adding what they've added. West Shore doing what they've done, adding what they've added. This is a 3-pony race, obviously, all in the same division.
Whoever
Nick's
comes first in the division that doesn't have to kill themselves playing in what?
And that's looking like Peninsula. So maybe it's too late for Victoria or West Shore, but yeah, it's gonna be nuts, dude. It like this VI once it gets to those when those teams have to play each other, which I guess first round they will, won't they? Oh my god, first round Victoria's gonna have to play West Shore. That's
or West
such
Shore.
a joke. Redo your playoff. Maybe, you know what, like Maybe
Well,
they
you
already
can't
have.
redo the playoffs if only 3 teams are good.
Yeah, just make it 1-8.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm just saying, just do 1-8 this year. It's not like, I know it's travel. It's not that much fucking travel. It's not. It's the
The
island.
fucking island.
It's more travel than the pitch, but it's not that much travel. So they could do 1-8 for the playoffs, no problem. And they should, because this is a joke. Then West Shore, we talked about the Elijah Kim trade already. Not a ton of other action besides they signed defenseman Maxwell Hoey and defenseman Adam Gilbert. But I think that wraps it up for the VI. I mean, I've already kind of discussed what I think of those leagues, like 3-pony race.
We kind of talked about it. Yeah, I think we covered everything.
Good for Oceanside and IMO and, and the other side for making moves and stuff. Like, I think Oceanside comes out of that division and probably makes the final. But yeah, dude, like this not being 1-8 this year is a joke. Like, I know you determine the playoff format beforehand, obviously, unless you're the PJHL, then you just do it whenever the fuck you want. Actually, you just don't announce it. But yeah, I think the VI should definitely be like you're unsanctioned. You can do whatever the fuck you want. Change your playoff format to 1-8, man.
I agree. I think that's a good thing to push.
That's crazy. Yeah. But yeah, I don't have much else for the VI. All-Star challenges this weekend. Of course, I'm playing hockey this weekend. I'm going to Victoria for a beer league tournament. So I'm going to be back on the skates I've been playing the odd beer league game for the past 2 months. Before that, I wasn't on skates at all since junior. But yeah. So going to the island with just all Mish guys, all guys you played with, Joe. You probably know the whole team.
Sick, bro.
So that'll be good. But when I found out I was coming for this tournament, I was like, awesome. I'm going to go to a couple VI games. I finally get to go boots on the ground in the VI. Maybe I can tour a rink. No, it's All-Star weekend. They're all in fucking Spruce Grove.
Yeah, what a convenient idea to put the VI All-Star game a province over and a fucking ferry ride over, like a 24-hour car ride away.
Yeah, man, I think it's pretty fucking funny, to be fair. Honestly, though, the guys probably kind of like it, eh? Getting to go somewhere like that.
Yeah, but
it's just weird.
Are you flying? Are you driving? What are you doing?
This time of year, I'm sure they're flying, unless they get team buses for the All-Star teams. It's get on a bus with all these guys you've never met before.
Yeah, sick. Or fought
I think
before.
that's what the PJ, when I was 16, the PJ did a prospects game. And I think that's what they did.
That's what they did for the KI prospects. Because I remember we had 2 guys go and they everyone met the coaches and drove the guy to Kamloops or Kelowna. And everyone had to meet in Kelowna.
Oh,
and then they bus from Kelowna to wherever they played.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, because I actually remember when I was 16, the PJ and the VI did a crossover prospects game instead of the PJ KI, and they all just take the ferry and just bus.
I remember we were so fired up to watch one of our teammates play, and he goes out on his first shift, and Flamingo's at the blue line to not block a shot, and the point shot goes in. He there was a grade A camera angle of him picking his leg up and not blocking the shot. And then the point shot goes in from the blue line. It was really funny.
Tough goal for the kid when it's on that, when you got the perfect camera angle on it like that.
I know, it was sick. And then they showed the replay and we were just laughing at him. It was really fun. It was really funny.
Well, I think I'm all out of shit to talk about, Joey, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm good to go, but I got to go make a meal here and go to practice.
All good, bro. Thank you all so much for listening. Really, really appreciate your support as always. Last episode's popping off, so I hope this one is too. Kind of our trade deadline recap. Be sure to check out all the socials, download the episodes, listen to all the episodes, share the pod, rate the pod, please. Continue to support, and we're gonna continue to produce for you guys. So again, we mentioned it briefly last episode, but we got a lot of things coming in the near future, and we're really excited about just what we're gonna keep doing with this. So thank you all very much, and have a good rest of your week. Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, bro.
RingCentral's AI receptionist uses voice AI to answer on the first ring, so you'll never miss a call again. In just a few minutes, you can personalize your own AI receptionist to answer questions, route calls, schedule appointments, and even send texts in multiple languages. Plus, it's easy to scale. Create unlimited AI receptionists across any phone system. It's all powered by one reliable platform for effortless AI communications. See for yourself at ringcentral.com. RingCentral, voice of your business.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.